Yo, what's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. This is our week 5 video. We got a lot to talk about. Did you guys watch that Thursday night football game? That game was insane. We're going to talk all about it. If you didn't watch the game, make sure you pay attention because we're going to go over that soon. We're going to talk about a lot. We got our London game, our very first London game of the season. We already had one international game. That was the week 1 between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Now, we got the Jets and the Vikings going at it in London. That's going to be a good one. We're going to talk about that one. We got new opponents in our weekly fantasy battles. We're going to go over all of that. And our Sunday night football challenge, guys, we got a big one in store. My Cowboys are one of the games, so let's see what we got there. And without further ado, guys, let's get straight into this freaking video. Alright guys, and the way we're going to do that is we're going to recap Thursday night. Let's get right into the Thursday night recap, guys, and straight up, this, right off the bat, probably going to be a top 10 game of the year. It's the best game of the season thus far. We are only in week 5. It's the first game of week 5. This game was insane, okay? Let's talk about it. Right off the bat, I mean, straight up, right off the bat, Atlanta gets down the field. They score. Tampa gets down the field, and they matched them with the score. And in the first half, it looked like Tampa was scoring touchdowns, and Atlanta was starting to score field goals. So Tampa, at the half, were up 24-17. Check out Baker Mayfield dotting Sterling Shepard on this freaking touchdown pass. Like, honestly, you cannot throw a ball better than this. Baker Mayfield has been really good thus lately. He's showing us why he is the former #1 overall pick in the NFL draft. At the start of the fourth quarter, we have a 27-20 game. It looks like Tampa's going to run away with it. And Kirk Cousins finds Darnell Mooney to tie this game up, guys. This game was insane. The crowd is going crazy. We are 27 apiece. Baker goes down the field and gets the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up 30-27. This is really where the game went all bad for the Buccaneers because honestly, it looked like Tampa was going to run away with it until Bucky Irving gets the handoff. He looks to make a big play, maybe get a first down, and he fumbles. He fumbles the ball here. Atlanta gets the spark that they needed, and with that, they get sacked. They go backwards and they throw a pick. Kirk Cousins, his only mistake of the night was he threw a pick in the final minutes of this game, but it did not matter because later, while the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are trying to run the clock out and make Atlanta use their timeouts, we get this holding play right here. I'm going to throw it full screen on the board. You guys tell me what you see. There was a holding call on this play, and as you can see right here, at the same time, in the same play, Bucky Irving's getting face masked right here. The refs didn't see that. They called the holding on the offense that pushed Tampa out of field goal range, caused them to lose a down instead of getting a face mask plus a holding, which penalties would have offset it. In my opinion, that's what ended the game for Tampa Bay right there because right after that, they got out of field goal range. They punted the ball back to the Atlanta Falcons, and just like we saw in Philadelphia earlier this year on Monday Night Football, just like we saw it earlier this season, Kirk Cousins was able to rally his team, get them down just in range for Younghoe Koo to knock it down. And like I said last week in the last video, guys, Younghoe Koo doesn't miss his opportunity if it's a game tie or a game winner. He didn't miss this one. They forced overtime. Kirk gets them down the field and he throws a touchdown to not Darnell Mooney, not Kyle Pitts, not Drake London. He throws it to Hodges. Okay, that helps no one, but it helped the Atlanta Falcons win this game in overtime. They get the dub. Kirk Cousins went absolutely bonkers in this freaking game. He had himself 509 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, had that 1 interception, which didn't matter at the end of the game. All his receivers were looking good. Okay, we had Drake London go 12 receptions, 151 yards, and a touchdown. We had Darnell Mooney go 9 receptions, 105 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He was my waiver wire pickup last week. Okay, guys, he ended up on my bench. So, yeah, CeeDee Lamb, there's a bar. You better hit that, okay? Kyle Pitts even got involved in this one, okay? He had himself 7 receptions, 88 yards. The Falcons, this is exactly what we thought the Falcons were going to look like when the signing of Kirk Cousins happened in the offseason. This is what we expected. Congratulations to Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. They looked really good. Again, if you didn't check out that game, NFL Network is going to be rolling it all freaking week. Or if not, go check out the highlights on YouTube. But I suggest you go check this one out because what a game it was. It was a good one, all right? That was our Thursday night recap, and now let's get into what we got to watch for the rest of week 5, okay? If that's how week 5 started on Thursday, what do you think the rest of the week's going to look like? Hopefully the same way, fireworks. Before we get into what games we need to watch, let's talk about our weekly fantasy battles, okay? As you've seen the last couple weeks, me and Nathan have gone toe-to-toe in weekly fantasy battles, and before last week, we were both 1-1. The winner of last week faces a new opponent this week. Our new opponent is going to be Sergio. You guys remember Serge, right? He's been in the videos before. He's going to be our new opponent this week, and honestly, this is what happened last week. Throw it up. I'm also very disappointed in myself here. I lost, but honestly, I mean, Rashee Rice could have made this a closer game for me. No, yeah, I didn't do too well this week. None of my players went as crazy as I expected them to go. On the other side, Nathan had multiple guys putting up 20 plus points, and he beat me fair and square. So Nathan, good job. Nathan's gonna take on Sergio this week, and this is actually their lineup. So this is this week's matchup right here, Sergio versus Nathan. This is what they got. This is who they are going with this week. The winner of that will probably find another opponent for them. Maybe I'll come back. I think it's fair for me to miss 2 games because I lost 2 games. I'll be back soon, guys, and I'll get us back on the board, okay? I promise you guys. But that's our weekly fantasy battles for right now. Let's get straight into what games you guys need to watch for week 5. And we're going to start off in London. In London? We're going to start off in London, Mike. No, I'm not going to do all that. No, we're going to start off in London, guys. We got the Jets taking on the Vikings. If you guys have not heard, the Vikings are legit. Their defense is going crazy. Sam Darnold's playing really good. He leads the NFL in passing touchdowns thus far. And if you didn't already know, Sam Darnold was drafted by the New York Jets. This is going to be a good game. We're going to see how Aaron Rodgers does. He was a little banged up after the Denver defense went crazy on him last week. I still can't believe they lost to the freaking Denver Broncos. But yeah, you guys got to make sure you wake up early for this one. Like I said, it's in London, mate. If you live on the West Coast like I do, the game's going to be on at 6:30 a.m. Jets versus the Vikings. This should be a good one. Let's move on to another AM game. We actually got 2 really good ones that you guys should be checking out. All right, we're going to start off AFC North, where we got the Baltimore Ravens going to Cincinnati to play the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to have a good divisional matchup here, okay? The Bengals cannot afford to be losing more games. And like I said, Baltimore, they found their true identity. We talked about it in the last video. And another matchup that we have, we got the Buffalo Bills going to Houston to take on the Houston Texans. All right, the Houston Texans are 3-1. Buffalo just came off of that bad loss on Sunday Night Football. And another big story in this key matchup right here, Josh Allen versus Stephon Diggs. Okay, the last time we saw these two in the same stadium, they were on the same team, and they had that ugly breakup in the offseason. Okay, everybody likes to draw attention, make it into drama, and it kind of was. Okay, they were balling out in Buffalo until they fell apart, and now Stephon Diggs is a key role into this Houston Texans offense. All right, and we got a lot to watch in this one. We got a lot to look out for in this one. In the afternoon, we got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. With that being said, guys, let's get straight into ITF Survival, and we're going to follow it up and finish off with Sunday Night Football Challenge, all right? All right, guys, welcome to another week of ITF Survival, guys. It has been crazy. We have already had 1 person die. We already have 1 loss, okay? We've already lost in this segment, but we're already through 4 weeks and we have 3 wins. So on the bright side, we have a 75% chance of survival thus far, okay? I like those odds. Before we go to our week 5 pick, last week we had a big matchup. We had the Houston Texans beating the Jacksonville Jaguars, and although I believe I gave all my heart to the Houston Texans, I truly thought they were going to go out there and destroy the Jacksonville Jaguars. That wasn't the case. The Jaguars had the lead with 22 seconds left. TJ Stroud and this offense got down in time, and they scored with 18 seconds left. They got the dub, barely got me to 3-1. They continue my survival quest. All right, guys. So thank you, Houston. We did not have no problems. It kind of looked like we were gonna have problems, but we didn't have problems. And you don't want problems with me, bro. Yeah. So we move on to a 3-1 record. Like I said, we're doing pretty well. This week, I got the Niners to go beat the Arizona Cardinals. And honestly, I'm gonna throw a bold prediction in here. Okay. I think Brock Purdy is not only gonna win this game, but I think he's gonna throw for 3 touchdowns in this game. Okay, guys. Keep a lookout for that. That is my survival pick. Hopefully, we end up on the right side of survival. And with that being said, guys, let's get straight into Sunday Night Football Challenge. Okay, we got 3 picks, 3 games again this week. We have a good slate coming at us, and before we get into it, let's look at the records. All right, you guys are 6-4. I am 4-6. Last week, like I said, we had the Vikings. That was our only win. We had them beating the Packers. We thought the Bills and the Seahawks would get it done on the road on prime time. That did not happen. They both got smacked. We went 1-2 last week, both you and I. And for this week, we got 3 games. Okay, we got the Bills and the Texans in the AM. All right, our second game is gonna be the Sunday Night Football Challenge game. It's gonna be Dallas going to Pittsburgh. And for number 3, our final game this week, we're going to go with the Saints going to Kansas City on Monday Night Football. Okay, and for game number 1, I think this Texans team is going to be too much for Buffalo. I think it's going to be a lot of offense regardless. I got the Houston Texans. Houston, don't give me a problem. That's my first one, okay? This right here is who you guys got. And we're going to move on to Dallas, Sunday Night Football. We got the Cowboys going to Pittsburgh. And you know, I love me the Cowboys, all right? With that being said, though, I will not be going for the Dallas Cowboys this week.
What?
I'm obviously that's my team. I will be going for them. That's not going to be my pick for Sunday Night Football Challenge. I do not trust the Cowboys. I do not believe in the Cowboys to get this win this week. DeMarcus Lawrence is hurt. Micah Parsons is hurt. Brandon Cooks is hurt. The Pittsburgh Steelers have a great defense. We can't stop the run. They have a running quarterback. All signs point to Dallas losing this game. I'm not going for the Steelers. I got the Steelers winning this game, and I can't lose anymore. Okay, you guys got the lead on me, so I got to be honest with myself, all right? For game 3, we got the Saints and the Chiefs on Monday Night Football, and I'm going to be going with the Chiefs, okay? I understand they have a lot of injuries on offense. I think their defense is going to stop the Saints. I've seen the Saints stall out, and I don't see the Saints going into Kansas City and getting this dub. I got the Chiefs winning this one. That's going to do it for this week, guys. That's how we end off the video. I know, crazy, right? The Cowboys, not one of my picks. I don't know. That's how we're going to do it this week, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash the thumbs up. Be sure to come back and watch the videos next week, guys. And like I said, we're going to just keep continuing to get better here, guys. Hopefully my picks end up good, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.